What's up everyone? In today's video, we're going to be doing the onboarding series part 4, where I'm covering your EXP website. You can find this on KvCore. I'll be sharing my screen. It'll be a workshop. Don't just watch me. I'm doing this so you can do this with me. So let's share my screen. Actually, before I share my screen, as with anything in life, if you have something given to you for free, fully take advantage of that before you go and pay for something. Now, this is a mistake that I personally have made. I thought I didn't give KvCore enough of a chance for me to specifically know exactly how to customize my website. All I heard was, oh, with KvCore, you can't really tailor it too much, but you can do some really good things with KvCore. And before you start just paying for stuff as a new agent, might as well use what is given to you already for free. And technically it's not even really free because you pay EXP the $85 a month. So with the $85 comes a CRM, comes a website, comes etc. So lean into this first. So first of all, what even is your website? Your website should be your username given to you for your email. So for example, my name is alexandra.garced. So therefore my website is alexandragarced.exprealty.com. So if you want to pull that up now, you can, and you can kind of see how I have shaped or, customized my website. Yours is likely going to be your first name, last name, .exprealty.com. Now, when you want to send your website for any potential agent that is looking to name you as a sponsor in joining EXP, your website is, instead of the .com, it's going to be .careers. So in my case, it's alexandragarced.exprealty.careers. So yours is going to be your likely first name, last name, .exprealty.careers as well. So now that you know what your website is, how do you find your website to edit it? You go to kvcore.exprealty.com. On the left-hand side, you're going to go to Web and IDX. Now, over time, these websites are going to change. Sometimes tabs are deleted or combined into something else. So just look for the Web and IDX. It may be hidden within one of these tabs, but as of right now, it's right here. So you can just click on that. And this is where you can see that you can edit and customize your website. This is what your website is going to be. So sometimes if you have a middle name that they added, your middle initial or something like that, that's where you're going to see what your actual website is. On the top right-hand side, you're going to see Manage My Website Settings, Import WordPress blog posts. So if you're a blogger and you do it on WordPress, it's going to be very easy for you to import those into here. And of course, the site editor. Now, am I 100% well-versed on everything that this offers? Absolutely not. So if you have any specific questions that I don't cover, reach out for help. And you can reach out for help over here on the bottom right-hand side. You can delete this. This is my ChatGPT add-on Chrome extension for free. So you can go over here and just search for help or chat with us. Somebody will get back to you. So let's go through the basics. Let's scroll down a little bit. Add your photo. 1000% add that right now. Make sure that all of this is correct. If not, people that land on your website, they're going to see a different face. They're going to see a different name. They're going to see a different phone number. You're not going to get business. And speaking of business, if you have absolute strangers reaching out to you, like now that if you're a brand new agent, you have like absolute strangers reaching out to you. They're like, hey, I found your website and I'm looking to purchase a property at $700,000 and I'm a cash buyer. Take that with a grain of salt because there are a lot of scams going on. So what I do to make sure to filter through those scammers and versus those that are actually serious buyers, I ask them to jump on a phone call or at least a Zoom call, one of those. Usually the scammers will say, no, let's stick to this chat, or no, let's move to WhatsApp. That's a big red flag. And even if they send you a pre-approval, make sure that you call not the number that is the direct line on the pre-approval, because again, those are all scams. They want you to call those numbers. Google that bank, Google the representative within that bank for that person's account and call and verify, hey, is Joe Schmo a client of yours? Does he actually bank with Bank of America, etc.? And verify, do your due diligence that way. Anyway, moving on to this website. Okay, add-on, you can go through all of these. These are the semi-custom templates. So let's click on this first. And of course, sprinkled throughout, there are going to be ways for you to upgrade and maybe pay a little bit extra for your website. I don't do that as of right now. Not saying that that's good or bad, but you could see what a premium website would look like. For example, here, starting at $700, you can add your colors and your logo, which you can't do as of right now. So you can go through here and see what having a premium website would look like. This is also where you can add your smart number. I do pay for this. Now, again, like I've said before, I think if I were to do it again, I would probably purchase my own CRM from the start. So it may be good to look at that Chime/Lofty for $40 a month, or maybe just purchase completely separate, maybe a Follow Up Boss completely on your own. Or if you're very, very techie, I suggest go high level. Or if you just want a different phone number and want to do business from there, you could always get a Google phone number for free as of right now. So I did purchase a smart number. It's an extra $23 a month, something like that. I think it's very much so worth it, because all I have to do now is say, text the word buyer guide, or text the word seller, or text the word video to my KvCore number, which is my smart number, and it'll automatically start sending them responses. So anyway, you can plug around here, click around, see if you would want a premium website. Getting leads, let's go through these tabs over here. So getting leads, has anything popped up? Nope. Next, engage contacts. Nope. Promote listings, customize website. This is the premium. If you want to purchase this, you can go ahead and click, and then it'll show up in your cart over here on the right-hand side. So I'm gonna X out of this and go back to here. All of these add-on options are obviously add-ons, so they are going to be at a price. So I will let you go through this on your own. I personally do not have experience with this, so I don't even want to lead you to anything. If you have any questions, again, reach out to this. You can likely get on a call or at least email and see exactly if this would benefit you or not. So how to edit your website. I'm gonna go over here, top right-hand side, website settings, manage my website settings, click on that. This is where you'll go through all of these tabs down the row and start customizing what your website can be for free. Starting from the search bar over here, if you're good with Google Analytics ID, I suggest getting good at it. I am not. So this is like pretty much a quick way for you to start adding stuff to your website. But otherwise you can just take it down, tab by tab. So let's start with general. The default templates, so you have hero, you have champion, you have warrior, victor. These are the 4 different types of layouts that your website can be with. So take a look and just see what you like. Over here we have, I forget which one this is called, but the name, the background photo, people can easily search an address on here. And this one, this one is specifically focused on sellers for now. Get your home sold fast and for top dollar, contact us button. And these are the section for buyers. So explore, your suburb 1, explore suburb 2, area 3, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one layout. That's the champion layout. The warrior, pretty similar. It just doesn't have that middle section there saying contact us for listing. Instead, this one is a little bit more buyer heavy, because it doesn't start talking to sellers until the bottom here where it says what's my home worth. Instant listing alerts, again, buyers, buyer and seller resources, etc. The Victor view is featured areas, buyer type. Here it is, thinking of selling, looking to purchase, get pre-approved. So what you're looking at is just the little tile boxes. So, how big do you want each area to be? What I have and what I hear is probably one of the most common is the hero. So I just stuck with the hero. This is what I have here. So it's kind of a little bit more of like, instead of having, 16 different smaller boxes, let me mute this. I have my name and photo in the background. It actually has one of my YouTube videos playing in the background. People can search for the address, houses, multifamily. And again, you can delete any of these small boxes. And I'll tell you how as we go through with this. But for example, if you don't want to work land, delete that. The riches are in the niches, like they say. So you don't want to make sure that you don't want to be like promoting land and multifamily if that's not even what you want to work. So this is kind of the layout that I have on mine. And let's show you mine right now so that way we can see it for reference. alexandragarced.exprealty.com. So because I have my YouTube video playing in the background, pros and cons, because it does take a long time for it to load. As you can see, it took like a whole 2-3 seconds, and that's very, very slow. So I may switch that back to just my photo. But as of right now, it shows, me in like somewhat of a position of authority. Clearly I'm making a video and I'm talking to like directly to the camera so people can see a little bit more of who I am instead of just seeing this photo and thinking, what is she like? So anyway, people can search a specific property here, or they can start their own search And then I have a blurb over here being that my main focus is growing the community. So recruiting, attracting agents. And so what I focus on is getting agents that are stuck at 5 transactions a year, getting them to close over 20 every single year. So text the word partner to XYZ. This is my KvCore number. A little bit of seller stuff. So what's my home worth? Find out more. Join our community with no team splits. Read my blog. And my blog covers buyer stuff, seller stuff, and agent stuff. And my blog, by the way, I'll get into this later, but it's all through KvCore. I don't have WordPress. It's on here. I have my assistant do it, and it's pretty simple. In case I forget to cover it in this video, please comment below. And either way, comment below, because I want to make sure that you guys are watching this and what has been helpful, what hasn't been. Because if there's something that I quickly brushed on that a lot of people are having confusion about, I will gladly make another video, because I'm making these videos for you. Instant listing alerts, that's for buyers. Here, people can toggle through my testimonials. All you have to do is just import or connect this to your Google. So you can manually add this too. So you can copy and paste whatever Sarah P wrote and copy and paste a 5-star. I think to avoid, any sort of like fake or plagiarism or scams or anything like that, KvCore will then look at your Google and make sure, did Sarah P actually give you 5 stars? Is this what they wrote? So just copy and paste. And in case you don't have any Google reviews yet, immediately start a Google business page. It's free. It takes a long time to get set up, and you need to do that because Google is number 1. It's the number 1 website in the world. YouTube is number 2. So be on both of those immediately because that's what people do. People Google your business. And the more reviews you can get, the faster, the better. Do not give your link out. Make sure that people search you organically. So that's always what I tell people. You can find me by searching Garced, eXp Realty. Please give me a 5-star review. Please add these keywords when you're going to give me a review. So for example, here, Sarah wrote, Allie is absolutely amazing. Thinking of buying or selling a home and real estate yourself, blah, blah. My husband and I are first-time home buyers. Allie's been amazing, joy to work with. I'm pretty sure they told him to write Tucson, but she didn't. That's fine, etc. You just want to make sure that you have your city, state, whether you work with a home buyer, home seller, or military clients, etc. Scrolling down, that's where I have the listings where people can start viewing listings. I have mine priced from most expensive to least expensive. And then my bio, so fill that out as well. And my blog post, which again, I'll get into at the end, as well as the areas that I cover. The bottom, you can't really do too much about. So going back, that's just my website, so you can take a look. So pick a template. You can change the colors, navy, blue, that's what I have. You can do whatever you want. Here's where you can add some background images. So that way, if you're in the desert like I was in Tucson, you don't have a photo of the beach, or if you are on the beach, you don't have a photo of the desert, etc. You get the point. There's a lot to choose from there. Or you can upload your own background image. And secondary logo, you can add that there. Hiding resources, these are toggles that you can, obviously toggle back and forth whether you want it or not. I am not super well versed in this. I'm just going to give you the basics. I will not be able to answer any high level questions on this. I just want to let you know where to find the information. Under force lead registration, I highly recommend that you require people register onto your website after 1 property view. Either after 1 or maybe like immediately. Here, require prompt registration, but do not require. Yeah, no, I would do this one. The require after 1. You don't want people looking on your website and being able to see everything with never being asked to even contact you. So you're losing business that way. Because of course, if they don't want to contact you, they won't put their phone number in, and that's it. So mandate the phone number, yes. Ask their name, yes. And the title. This is where when you are, that was my dog. Hopefully you didn't hear that. When you are looking at this tab over here, you can see in the top right-hand side, it says, welcome. If you're, and I have this long ass thing that likely no one's ever going to read, you can change this. You can change it to Garced eXp Realty, or find a Tucson house, or, Pensacola multifamily, whatever it is that you want to do, that you want to name your general website, do that. Here's where you can add the meta description. So this is where you want to add keywords. So that way this is like the SEO or search engine optimization. Well, I forget what it is. You want to add the keywords to make this stand out. You can make your KvCore website populate on Google if you use the right keywords. So you want to use your name, your handle on Instagram, that you're a real estate agent, that you're a top real estate agent or best real estate agent in XYZ city. Of course, the city and state, maybe even a zip code, home buyers, home sellers, whichever one you want to work with. And kind of just say that over and over again, like eXp Realty, etc. So as you can tell here, you can just copy and paste mine and obviously change it to your name. Ask for a property unit number. Yep. Recruiting text here. So I have because of the hero, I have the recruiting tile. So if you do not know HTML or whatever this is even called, do not mess with this. If you do know it, then you can. I was bold enough to where I did a little bit of differences here. So as you can tell over here, this is where you can change the wording. So if you wanted to change the wording here, you can. And I might change the wording on it as well. I might do over here, stuck at 5 closings a year. And you know what? This is where I might take Mighty Network stuff or 5 pillars. So as you can tell, as soon as you finish making any edits, you can hit save, scroll down, custom header. Do not remove Google code. See, I don't even know what this means. If you know what you're doing, go ahead and mess with this. Custom body, I'm leaving that untouched. Footer note, yep. Conversion code, yep. But just letting you know that this stuff is here for you in case you get smart on this. Facebook username for chat. So go ahead and find your Facebook username. You go on facebook.com, look at your own profile and see what your username is. You can add that here and save it. That way, when people chat with you, they can chat with your Facebook account. Additional office address, this is if you work at a physical office. Testimonials, I would suggest having your testimonials on there. You can also connect Zillow by adding your screen name on there or the email that you have associated with Zillow. If you don't have a Zillow account, create one immediately. It's free. Inherit child testimonials, I think that's if you have like a sub team under a Google or Zillow account. Your YouTube ID, create a YouTube account, or YouTube channel rather. I have a whole video specifically on how to create an account that is brand new and that is optimized for people to be able to search for you as a real estate agent, for you to start getting leads. So you can add the YouTube ID here. This is exactly how you find that YouTube ID. It's a little bit confusing because it's like after the equal sign, but before the question mark and stuff like that. Continue scrolling down here. This is all just kind of lighter stuff. Custom page links, YouTube page, and guides and resources. These are custom pages that I have created. So you won't have this, but you can create extra pages as you start developing your website. This is where you can change the labels. So for example, back to my website here where I switched it to how much can I sell my house for? That's what you will see when you scroll up. You can go through all these labels and make adjustments as needed. Same thing with the listing carousels. The Google Analytics ID, I don't even know how I got that. I think I just clicked learn more and that's how I found it. The homepage custom tagline. This is, as you can tell, right in the middle of the page, but it's still before somebody has to scroll. So make this appeal to whoever it is that you want to help. If you specifically want to help buyers, now is the time to make that known. If you specifically want to help sellers, what type of seller? Call them out on your website. Have them realize, oh shit, this is the website that I wanted to be on. This is the agent for me. So this is where you get super niche down. Over here in the listings, this is where you can delete all of those other tiles like I mentioned before, like the land and the farm, the manufactured homes. I don't work with that. I don't work commercial. I don't work mobile home. I only work single families, condos, sometimes income, and townhouses. So that's the only thing that's going to populate on my website. Your default is likely going to have everything checked. Uncheck those that you do not want to work. You want to uncheck coverage only because that means that you are narrowing down who you work with by only the zip codes that you have on your website. So you want people to go on your website whether or not you work just this zip code or not. So have that unchecked and keep this checked. Don't scrub areas. You can have polygons, and that way, as you are putting people on a drip, you can make sure that you have the right areas targeted in and out. You make a square, all the things. And under default listing, this is again where I mentioned that I show the higher price first, going down to the cheaper price. You could also do least expensive to most expensive, the number of beds, baths, acreage. You get it. Default listing display, I have it as map, and I've heard it being suggested that you keep it as map as well. People like to see the map. Extra search filters. I have all of these. Whether or not you want to copy them, go ahead. And at any point, if you want to see your progress, you just make sure you save all of this and then save it as you go and then click view website. If you go to the next tab over here, this is where you'll see the phone tab. And this is where you can buy a phone number. So I already have a phone number over here. You'll be able to see what phone number you purchased. Make sure you memorize that. So this is my phone number. And on the left-hand side here, you'll likely see a lot of other phone numbers that aren't yours, or if you don't have a personal phone number with KvCore, like if you don't pay for it, you will have a group phone number. So you'll just have to make sure that they are texting the exact text to get to you specifically. So I didn't want to share a group phone number. I didn't want technology to go wrong or have an open house and have people maybe misspell something and that lead goes to somebody else. So I was like, you know what, for $23, I'm just going to pay for it, a phone number every month. I think it's worth it. So, but otherwise, this is where you'll see what other phone numbers are around in your area that's rotating through the agents. These are phone numbers in the Tucson, Southern Arizona MLS, etc. Now, going back to the beginning, I want to go back to the website manager. So back to the main web and IDX. I now want to go to this WordPress blog post. If you have a WordPress, which I think is free, if you want to start making blogs, go ahead and do it. If you realize that there is a lot to do as a business owner to get in front of people, and you're already making video, which is the best way to get in front of people, all you have to do is just go on ChatGPT. You know what? Let me show you here. All I do, this is exactly what I tell my assistant to do to turn all of my YouTube videos into blogs. So I'll go on my channel here. I will pick a video that is already posted. So for example, this one I posted a month ago, buying a home in Tucson, Arizona, where to buy below value. I have the ChatGPT extension. So over here, I'm going to see the entire transcript. What I have my assistant do, because likely the whole transcript is too long for me to put this into ChatGPT. So I have my assistant take the summary here. She copies and pastes the summary. She opens up a new tab, which is ChatGPT, chat.openai.com. I pay for the account. It's $20 a month. Pretty much anything related to real estate, it's going to be like $20 a month, maybe 25. Then she creates a new like pretty much request here. And she says, turn this into a viral post, adding some emojis. She copies and pastes it. She throws it in here. She throws the summary, and ChatGPT is what turns the summary into a blog post. Then she copies the blog post. She puts it back over here. Let me go to site editor. If you scroll down here on the right-hand side, you can click add post. She adds a title. She copies and pastes that content, making some stuff bold, some stuff bigger, some stuff not, so, headers and whatnot. Links, she always adds a link going back to my YouTube or back to the link where people can apply. She hits the publish date. She can schedule it out. She usually does this once a month and she schedules it out for the rest of the month. And then boom, she either publishes now or saves it as a draft. So it's not as hard as you think. Do not overthink things. So overall, never think yourself into inaction. Action is always better than overthinking. In this business, you will be looking at people like other real estate agents left and right and be like, dude, I'm so much smarter than you. How do you have more business than I do? And you'll realize it's because they just fucking take action. So the faster you can take action, the better. The less excuses, the better. And then on the flip side, you may be the agent that's completely taken action. You're looking at agents that are maybe smarter than you, and you're like, dude, how do I have more business than you? And you're like, oh yeah, because you have a brain that's hurting yourself. You're overthinking things and you want things to be perfect, and therefore you're not doing it while I'm getting your clients. So you obviously want to be the one getting clients and taking action. If you want to hire maybe like a virtual assistant to be able to do this for you for super, super cheap, maybe like $5 a post, or maybe depending on how much you post on videos, go ahead and do it. Like it's well worth it. Anyway, so that's how you start a blog. As you can tell over here, I have 86 blogs. The most recent one was like last week, and I don't have any comments on my blogs, but that's all right because it's just another way for me to get in front of people. People sometimes like reading. I would rather make the videos, show my personality on there better and whatnot. So that's working for me. Up here, if you scroll up a little bit, website content, this is where you'll see how many testimonials you have. You can edit this. So obviously at my Google page, I have way more than 18 testimonials, but I have not put significant amount of time into this. If you click on that, you can add the testimonial here. You can also update Zillow reviews. So update the reviews, you'll be able to filter this through dates. So the oldest and the most recent, you can add how many ratings they have. I forgot to add that 5-star from Chad. And if you want to manually add any, you can go ahead and add testimonials. This is so important. Testimonials, without testimonials, people don't know if you're a fraud or not. And even with testimonials, sometimes people are like, oh, I think this is kind of, you know what I'm talking about. So you want to make sure that the testimonials that you're getting are ones that are very genuine sounding, not robotic. You want those keywords to be able to search, but you want their phrase as well, their wording. So this is where you write who wrote it, the testimonial, add. And then once you add it, you'll be able to give yourself the rating, whether you got 4 stars from that, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, whatever. So add as many as you can. Scrolling down the left-hand side here, you'll see service areas and SEO, also very importante. This is where I want you to add all of the areas that you want to service. Now, I highly suggest that you add the most expensive areas on there to start. So what you can do here, you can pause this video, you can Google what are the most expensive zip codes or the most expensive suburbs or neighborhoods or areas in your city and state and just copy and paste those. Go one by one and you'll have a drop down. You'll see likely a couple of them per each area, add all of them. Well, of course, add the ones that you want to actually be working. So once you have added all those, you don't need to make any changes here as of now. I don't think that you do, but as long as you have that neighborhood in there, everything is good to go. You're working the areas that way people can search Vail, Arizona, Vail Ranch, Arizona, West Arizona, etc., and they can find you via your website. You're cooking. Save all of that. And then the next tab over is pages. This is where you can have specific, one-off pages, whether you want a whole page about you or about us, the buyer's guide. You can go ahead and select these and it's already a template for you. This is the easiest way for you to get a website. All you have to do is just swap out the logo with yours. Do not worry about a logo. If you don't have a logo, just fucking don't even think about it. Thinking about a logo when you're first getting started is a waste of time. Do not think about that. Until you have 5 deals under contract at once, don't even think about a logo. Your clients don't care, I promise you that. So switch your wording here to specify who exactly you work with. Again, you want to make sure that as the client is looking at your page, you want them to think, oh my God, that's exactly me. This has to be the real estate agent that specializes in what I do. So I have to reach out to them, et cetera, et cetera. Swap out this lady for you. There's some advanced options there, which kind of go above my head, but you can fool around with this, save as you go, and then publish. This won't be active until you publish. Once you have published this, let me go back here, you will see this on the left-hand side under your pages. So go through all these, or maybe not all of them, but go through ones that you think that you may be interested in, especially if you plan on doing a lot of open houses. This may be a great way for you to have a whole landing page just for that one open house. The text lead, I think, is going to be a good one as well. So for example, maybe you don't want to purchase a phone number, or even if you do, but especially if you don't want to purchase a phone number, this is a great way for you to have a whole website page that says text the word, whatever it is that you want, to your group phone number. And as long as they text that specific word and they spell it correctly, it will go to you, even if you have a shared group phone number. So for example, my code was Alexandra G to the group phone number for people to reach me. And first of all, nobody even knows how to spell Alexandra. They always say Alexandria. They sometimes say Alexander. I just get Alexandra. I get all of it, which is kind of crazy. I thought it was a very normal name, but I guess not. So I was like, you know what? This is going to be a lot. Maybe your name is Peter and it's perfect. Text Peter to this number and they're going to go straight to you. But I didn't have that luxury. So I just purchased my own phone number. But either way, you can add your text code here. Therefore, what you can do with this website is you can change this to whatever you want it to be. Whether you're doing a giveaway, a home seller seminar, a home buying seminar, an open house coming up in the next couple of weeks, whoever it is that you want to target, this is what you can do. Now that's step one, right? Because you're telling people to text you a certain code to a certain number, but what's going to happen once they get that code? You want to make sure that on the back end, they're actually going to be receiving something, which I'll get into shortly. But on the right-hand side, as you can see, you can add your socials, HTML, you can add a whole video on there. So if you want to create a quick bomb video or video on YouTube and say, hey, I'm Ali Garced, I'm hosting an open house, or I'm hosting a home selling seminar on November 3rd, would love for you to be there. We're going to be covering XYZ, lunch is going to be provided, paid for by the lender. Come on over, register first, and to register, text the word XYZ to this number and you'll be registered. I look forward to seeing you there. Whatever it is that you want to do it. So fool around with this, fool around with the rows, the settings, etc. Let me go back here and let me show you how to make sure that when people text a certain number that they're going to be texting you. We're going to be leaving this website manager page. We're going to be going up to this widget here, all lead engine tools, scrolling down and clicking on call and text capture. Call and text capture. If you buy a phone number, your phone number is going to show up here. I think if you have a group phone number, oh, here on the right-hand side, this is exactly what I was talking about. Agent text code. My number for the group phone number was Alexandra G3. How many times do you think people would get that right? Probably fucking never. So that's where I was like, I'm not going to do that. And I tried to change it to Ali, but I didn't push hard enough. So maybe I could have gotten it done, but of course people spell Ali incorrectly. So I was like, F all that. Let me just do my own thing. So as you can tell here, this was the first code that I ever got, and this was the smart number, which is a pretty good number. It's a very easy to remember number. So, it was 777-9965. It was like a very easy number, but whatever. When I purchased my own phone number, I did get to choose between a couple. So I found this good enough. And that is when I started doing the custom codes. So after that, I said, I have a checklist one. Text the word checklist and you'll receive my checklist after we book a call. Maybe some of you have even found me because of that. Text the word value and I will let you know exactly the value of your home. So that's going for sellers. Text the word training and I will send you the link to all of our trainings that we offer. So by the way, in case you're interested in recruiting, all of our trainings as of right now are open to the public. So definitely have this. And over here, let me show you how you can do it. You add new. You add whatever the code is. Make sure this is easy. Make sure it's easy to spell, that it's just as simple as possible. Not no Alexandra G3, not any word. Think of it as a third grader. If a third grader can spell it out, perfect. And that's not to say people are stupid. It's like at all. It's just, you need it to be simple, as frictionless as possible to get into the hands of your website and you following up with them. Okay, so text code, let's say you want to do a home selling seminar because you want to focus on sellers. So you can do seminar. Seminar. I'd probably do that. I'd probably do that instead of selling seminar or seller seminar. Anything too long would be too much. So I'd probably just do seminar. Let's do that. And instead of the MLS ID, I'm going to do a message. So in that way, when people text the word seminar, it's going to text them back. And over here, I can say whatever the hell I want. I can say, thank you so much for texting the word seminar. It seems like you're interested in maybe selling your home at some point. Either way, you will be provided with a ton of value. The seminar is going to be at XYZ time, place, location, food provided by the lender. By the way, ask lender, they will pay for food, especially if it's at their venue. Have the lenders always pay for your advertising. Do not think that you have to pay for everything yourself. You definitely do not. Et cetera, et cetera. Or if one step above that would be to say, ask for their name, number, email, and maybe even address. The people might be weary about that, but at least name, number, email. That way it's up to you to follow up with them because you have their information and that is what you need. Here I am. I feel like Barack Obama right now. Like that is what you need. All right. So custom code seminar, you can text that and then you can have a hashtag. So whenever somebody says or text the word seminar to me, where I am trying to get people to come to my in-person selling seminar or even online. At that point, I can add a hashtag to them and I can say seminar. I could do home selling seminar. I could do seminar 2024. I can do seminar September 2024. Whatever hashtag you want to use, think about these hashtags as a great way to filter out certain clients as you're maneuvering through your entire database. So the same way as you go onto your iPhone and you search Realtor Kentucky or Realtor whatever. The way that you search for people, or just like Rebecca, like I'm looking for Rebecca, I forget her last name, let me just search all Rebeccas. That's the same thing for a hashtag. So in your whole database, let me X out, or actually over here, this is where you can search hashtags and they will all pop up. So make sure that you remember what hashtag you want to do it. And that way you can give these home selling seminars, attendees or registries, is that a word? Updates. So you can say, hey, reminder, next week is the selling seminar at this time. Reminder in 2 days, reminder in 1 day, reminder today's a day, I'll see you at noon. And you can easily do that by searching over here again, selling seminar September 2024, whatever it is that you saved. And you can, with 2 clicks of a button, you can text everyone instead of copying and pasting and texting everyone individually. Whew, that was a mouthful. All right, smart number. You'll just add your phone number of where you want people to save your number as, whatever. Just add your number. Boom, and then you save. Now, the other option over here was the MLS ID. This is where you can have your website. Oh, I think I X'd out of it. But this is where once you have that landing page, that's where you can have the website. So for example, you can just do same thing, seminar, and the MLS ID. This is what you'll be sending them. You'll be sending them the website of what people will look at, and that's what they will receive when they text you the word seminar. Again, add the hashtag. And over here, as you can tell, these are some of my hashtags. Hopefully they help you. I have agent, I have buyer, I have checklist for those that have reached out because of the checklist. I have DL for my downline. I have those that have responded stop. With KvCore, anybody that says stop, KvCore won't allow you to text them anymore. But just in case, I don't want to get fined for anything, so I always add a do not text. So as I look for people on my website, I want to make sure if it says do not text, I'm not going to bother them. There's way more business to be had than annoying somebody into a business. You're never going to be doing that anyway. So door knocking, people that I met from door knocking, downline, again, elite retreat, etc. So hopefully this helps. 5 pillars, FPT, Hogan was a real estate school that I went to in Tucson, keeping it real, people that have reached out to me from that podcast, keeping it real, but shorter, abbreviated, offboarded, open house, you get the point. Hopefully this helps you. Now, going back to the website manager here, let's go back over here. We went through pages and we went through site content and we went through blogs. So I want to go kind of back here to manager, and this is where you can add your WordPress plugin token, of course, and on the bottom right is where you can add embedding stuff. So this is your website QR code. You don't need to come over here to find your QR code. All you really need to do is, in case you don't know this by now, you can take any website and go on, if you're on Chrome, you can find the QR code for any website by just going on Google Chrome, and on the 3 dots here, if you go down to cast, save, and share, pretty much just look for share, you can, boom, right here it says create QR code. So this QR code will be to this exact website that I'm on. Whatever website you're on, you just have to use Chrome. This is for free. So you don't need to go through all these buttons to find your own QR code, but there it is. And if you want to go above and beyond, I would suggest turning this into a magnet on your car. Add this to your business cards should you have any business cards. Add this to the back of your phone. Add this to whatever you want. It is a free website to you, so you might as well get lead traffic from that, especially if after one click of looking at a house, people have to register for your website. So it's a great way to add people to your contacts without you having to manually add them, because studies have shown that the bigger your database is, the more money you will make. And roughly 20% of your database is selling at all times. So look at your phone contact right now. Say you have 1,000 people in your contacts. 200 of them are looking to potentially make a move, either buy, sell, it could be a referral, etc. this year. So you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of this. Property search. Now moving on to the widget section over here. This is where you can show the different tiles on your website. So as you could tell on my website, I had the how much is your home worth, I had the default one, I had the blogs, and I had the search alerts. You can add, you can edit, you can add yours from here on the left-hand side. You can show your history, and then you can preview. Of course, always remember to save. Last thing before I end out this video is the pages. So I want to show you specifically what I have for pages to give you some ideas of what you can do for pages as well. The first one that I have here is the YouTube titles. And let's edit this so I can show you the behind the scenes here. I made a very beginner level extra page. And this is because I wanted a podcast called Real Estate Rockstars with Shelby. And it was Shelby's last episode there with her like final goodbye as a host. And so during that podcast, I mentioned that I can help other real estate agents create videos on YouTube to help them attract clients. And I knew that this was going to be popular in demand. So I made this website and I made the list of titles for the real estate agents to choose and to make so that way they can start getting clients for themselves. So again, this is just an example because I am recruiting agents. So I made a very, very quick website, or essentially a page. I have the information here. I have my call to action. You can add rows, you can add columns, you can add colors, you can add links to this. And that way, when people go on this one page, you can also then add another link. So for example, I have scheduled a call here. This goes to my Calendly, and you can tell over here, the link, it goes to boom, book a call directly with me. And this is what I have the text say. You can have this open in a new window. Always suggest that. This is the content of what I'm giving the real estate agents. I'm adding one of my YouTube videos, which is the most popular as of right now. I think I'll probably change it though, because I'm looking for agents that are looking to do this full time, because I do this full time and I want to talk about this full time. And then I have another call to action. So it's a very, very simple website. If I can do this, guys, you can do this. I mean, look how basic this is. Like, I make this so much better. Well, but I don't want to make this better because done is better than perfect. So I'm trying to teach you exactly how to do this. And if I'm putting out crappy stuff like this and it is working, you can do the same. Putz around over here with the content, the rows, the settings, the links. Make sure you think of who you want to be viewing this page. How are you going to share it? And when people go on the page, what do you want them to do? Is that going to be the one-stop shop? Is that going to be the end-all be-all? Is that going to be another way for people to get hooked on you and see, oh, wow, she makes a whole, YouTube videos for me. Or, oh, she helps these specific type of buyers or sellers. This is for me. Oh, this is a way that I can book a call on her calendar. Fully think about how you want it to flow. And if you don't even want to deal with Calendly or anything like that at this point, I get it. Just have them call you. If you want the home selling seminar, congratulations. This is the list of things to do, or this is when the home selling seminar is going to be. If you have any questions before or after that, I would love to be your agent of choice. You can call me here. It doesn't have to be complicated. I don't like phone calls because I don't answer phone calls. So instead, what I always do is I have schedule a call here, which goes to my Calendly. This is where you can click the advanced options, some extra metadata, always save, and then you can publish. And you can unpublish this anytime. So if you wanted to do one for an open house or a home selling seminar that you then wanted to repeat that same one page over and over again, say you do a home selling seminar every quarter, you can unpublish this after the seminar is over and then publish it again for the next seller seminar. Just make sure that the dates are updated. So that's what I wanted to show you there. Because I have touched on Calendly so much, I think I'm going to go ahead and cover Calendly in this one as well. Let's log into Calendly. I pay for Zoom, the professional account, and I pay for Calendly. It saves me so much time. It is 1000% worth it. This is the behind the scenes of Calendly. These are all the different meetings that I can have with people, that people book calls with me for. So the most common for you guys probably is going to be the buyer, the seller, and well, of course, the downline. So this is, as you can tell, this is hidden from the public. This is only for you guys. Only you guys have access to this, and you guys have the most availability out of everything. This is when I was giving away my checklist. I only have this available once a month now because there are a lot of people that are just like, oh, gimme. And then like, they just don't even really care. They don't even give me like a review for my time. And I spent years working on this checklist. Anyway, you can also have a discovery call. If you plan on recruiting, you can add anything here. So for example, let's go for your seller. Let's continue with the seller example. This, you can copy and paste this, by the way. I'm showing this so you can copy and paste. Don't think, oh, this is how Allie does it, but I don't want to be a copycat. Be a copycat. This is exactly why I'm showing you this, because I want you to succeed. If it's worked for me, it's going to work for you, so do it. I have a 1 hour long booking. So book this call, blah, blah. You can go ahead and copy me here. These are these settings. I only have people being able to book calls for 2 weeks out. Anything longer than 2 weeks, people either forget, they miss, they tend to reschedule because stuff comes up. So, and plus stuff comes up on my own calendar too. So I only have 2 weeks out. Event details. Over here, same thing what I just did. Hosts and invitees, I do allow the invitees to add guests because sometimes they are married and have a partner. Scheduling settings. People can schedule within 45 calendar days into the future. Mondays, as you can tell here, so I got a call about this, or I got a text about this yesterday. Like, do I ever block off Sundays? No. And I explained why. I was like, because I want business. So no, I will not take off on a Sunday. At this time, no. As you can tell, I work Sundays. I have 9 to 5. Dude, I'm working. Like, the money doesn't come from trees. So, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm working every single day of the fucking week because I love it. This should not be Arizona time because I'm central. Save and close. So as you can tell there, I have a 10-minute buffer time after because I like to add their notes of whatever we spoke about, finish emailing them the appropriate things that I just promised them, schedule or email out the buyer broker agreement or email out the listing agreement. So I have a good 10 minutes between each meeting, a minimum notice of 4 hours because likely I have my schedule set for the day. No one can come into my calendar earlier than 4 hours. That's like impossible. And when people reach out to me, they're like, hey, like, do you, I can jump on a call in 45 minutes. I'm like, I can't, I never can. So anyway, make sure that you value your time because if you don't, no one else will. I do not have a daily limit because I'm trying to make money. Time zone, I use the invitees because I want them to know what time zone they're scheduling it for because I don't want any confusion. And the start time, I have it in 30-minute increments. I did have 15 at one point, and people just got confused. They were like, oh, I forgot I was meeting at 11:15. I thought it would have been 11 or 11:30. I'm like, that makes sense. So I'm going to change it. Boom, save and close. Next up, I have the booking page option. This is important. So when you, Calendly, by the way, is like $150 for the year. Worth it. Mamma mia, it is worth it. So this is where you can do your own, what it's called, like link, I guess. If I were to do it again, I would do Ally the agent. And this is where you can add the custom. So mine is obviously .seller since this is a seller booking call here. So I ask for the name and email. I ask for their phone number. I do allow them to invite other people to it. The next questions, they give you a total of 10. So you want to make sure that these questions are the right ones and that you maximize it too. Some people are in the belief of making it as easy as possible for them to just get their phone number or email. That's it. No, I don't do that. You're free to do whatever you want. It's your business. I don't do that because if people are not willing to fill out these questions, it means that they are not serious because these questions are not hard. And if they're not willing to fill this out, I don't even want to work with you. So, okay, address of the property that you're selling. Would you like a connection to a great real estate agent in the city that you're moving to? And this is a yes or no radio button. Again, what does that mean? That means I get a referral. Should they use the agent that I would connect them to? Have you ever had to file an insurance claim? This is important, especially in Arizona, because it takes so long to get the CLUE report, insurance report. Anyway, stuff will be different in your MLS. Question 5, in a perfect world, when would you want to sell your house by? This tells me how fast should I schedule a call with them. If, for example, right now it's September 6th. If they say, hey, I'm trying to sell by October 6th, in a month, we have to work hella fast. I'm not going to wait for us to meet next week. Like, we're meeting tomorrow. Or maybe I will meet with you within four hours. Like, that means immediately. But if they're looking to sell a year from now, we got time. I'm going to add you to my calendar, follow up, all the things. Question 6, what will a buyer be nitpicky about during their inspection / walkthrough of the property? This tells me and starts getting them to think in the eyes of the buyer and starts getting them to realize my house isn't perfect and yikes, I probably will have to do some updates or maybe some rehab to the property. Question 7, what's important to you in a real estate agent? What specifically are you expecting of us? If they say something, this is a good question to filter out the crazies. If they go on a rampant on this question, they're like, oh, my last agent I fired, or my last 2 agents I fired, red flag, double red flag, because they didn't answer my questions, blah, 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 blah. This shows me their personality, whether or not I want to work with them. But if they're very rational and they're like, hey, I just expect a call back by the next business day, that's very normal. So yes, it seems like we would be a good fit. Okay, question 8, will all parties be on the title be on the call? If not, If they book a call and they click no here, I will reschedule. I am not going to meet with someone until everyone that actually has a say is on the call. And I suggest you also don't waste your time either, because otherwise you're going to meet with one party and they're going to blame it on the other party as to why they cannot go forward with you. Oh, I can't sign anything yet because my spouse. So get rid of that objection and have both spouses be on the call. Question number 9, what else should we know before we meet? This is a catch-all and whatnot. Text messages for the phone number, and that is it here. After that, I display the Calendly confirmation page. That is that. Notifications and workflows do not get stood up. So over here, immediately after booking, I have a calendar invite. 24 hours before the event and 1 hour before the event, I have email reminders. Same thing for the text messages. And I do not have any email follow-up from here because this is actually connected to my Gmail, which is a personal email. So if you're emailing me on my Gmail, I'm never going to respond. That's my junk email, so do not ever email me there. If you need anything from me, of course, as always, WhatsApp. Text me on WhatsApp. So that's why I don't. But again, that was my mistake. That was my lesson learned that I'm telling you guys. Have a brand new real estate email with Gmail connected with all this, and I would be using Gmail as my number one, etc. So also in the workflows, I have a text message to me every single time somebody books a call. For example, right before I made this call, somebody booked a call with me as a discovery call for EXP. So I get a text message as soon as it happens. I also have the text to them. I have a reminder to me and to them. And I actually have several reminders. So like immediately after, 24 hours, or yeah, maybe 3 days, 1 day, and 1 hour, because I'm not trying to get stood up. And that's Calendly in a nutshell. Highly suggest paying for it. Then I have this also linked with my Zoom. I do pay for the professional Zoom. It's also probably like $100 or maybe $150 for the year. Very worth it, because at that point you can go past an hour or like past 30 minutes. I think it's past 30 minutes. You can save, you can record, you can save that video and send it to your referral agent. So for example, if I'm on the call, but I'm going to be referring this client to somebody else, I can just give them the video. That way that agent doesn't have to say, hey, Pamela, what were your buyer needs again? And then Pamela thinks Allie's an idiot because she didn't tell, you get the point. So you can save, I love it. So that is a beefy part of how to get set up on your KvCore website, your Calendly, your Zoom, your blogs. Take advantage. If you have watched up until now, major congratulations. And I can tell that you're taking this business seriously. So I'm super, super proud of you. Please shoot me a text that you've made it this far, because I want to make sure that I'm pouring back into those that are pouring into this business. The more you pour into your own business, the more I will pour into you, the more Ruben will pour into you, Shelby, everyone. So we want to help those that want to be helped. Shoot me a text. I'll see you in the next video.